which the way we're explaining it now, it will come out that there's the tzimtzum caused that there's an inyan in Helam. Helam is inyan. The idea is not should be total gilui. The kavanah there should be Helam. The Eibush has a kavanah there should be a zulas, and even him, tachtenim, zulas, should also get to know the truth. Not should be the truth which means gal on hits level. Masha kosul bagos it's chaim. The Odom HaYosher who mimadrigi shaligi be'atzimtzum, and Agos it's chaim. It says that the Odom HaYosher is coming from a level which tzimtzum did not touch it, which means Odom HaYosher is the kav. He's coming from a level which tzimtzum did not mitzamtzum. How does this fit with what we're saying now? This is the level of pnimius hakav. That the pnimius hakav, that the tzimtzum didn't affect, but the chitzenis hakav, the seder shtalshlos, this is smokum leilumes, that the kav had, the tzimtzum had an effect on. So how are we going to explain the pnimius hakav? Chitzenis hakav, pnimius hakav would mean, what's the emisikeach behind the fact that there's a kav? What's kav? Really, kavs are put together of two elements. In a way, this is coming back to what we mentioned the other time about that the chayis and the sidus is more refined than the chayis and the ivorim. You remember we spoke about it last time?
Yeah.
So we'll come out of it. That's the idea of pnimis hakav. Kav, you could look b'chitzeinius. It's a mugul dikir. It's only a eir l'hoyer be'elamis. But if we look at more deeper, we'll look into it. What is pnimis hakav? How could it be a mugul dikir? The whole idea of air being mugbal is an oxymoron. It's putting together opposites. On one hand, it's a revelation. Revelation has no limitation. If your limit means the opposite of revelation. And on the other hand, you're saying that no, the revelation is a mugbal dikaway. So, bepeil, what Ilmus is getting, which means chitzenis hakav, it's giving off, what's shining off, it's air mugbal. But b'shorshe, where is this coming from? What's behind it? That's really because the Eibishter is not limited to one way of expression. He could be meir and it could be not meir. And the kav is really put together of both tchunas of the Eibishter. Sai shlichote lahoyer and yichote shalei lahoyer. And the kav has both aspects. Sai lahoyer and sai shalei lahoyer. Sai is meir and in a limited way. So really in the kav, encompasses both. So chitzenis hakav, you don't see where it's coming from. You just see the effect that it's a mugdal d'gilui. But the bepnimius, it's coming from ultimately it's from shalei gi about tzimtzum. So now he says yishleim shzab pnimius hakav. Well, that's one way to look at it. Hooray! So what do we see from all this? So we see there's advantage in Kalim over there. Kalim is him, even though he's not revealed like the here. You don't see the person in it by the option, and she didn't see his children, but it's part of the children themselves. Or when a person speaks words, sometimes even the words is leaving himself, the other person hears it, but sometimes a feeling could go through the words stronger even than when he sees the person. Even though a person's expression, you could see what he's feeling or where he stands when you see him. But sometimes a message you could get across, could change the other person. He gets part of the other person, even though it could be, but it becomes part of me. It reaches me much deeper than if only I would see him. So this is the mile in Kalim, although it's Helam, but it has advantage over here. It's him himself coming here, him himself hiding. The same thing is on the stand. Mimoshel, the Nitzah Nivdom Lashalev is the example we gave from the spark coming from the coal. Haniskro the yell. So see, we said the Nitzah, you don't see the whole coal, you don't see where it's coming from, but at the end of the day, it's part of it. The flame, even though it's giving off, it's radiating, it's giving off what's the teichen of the gacheles, that there shall have in the gacheles, there's a flame in the gacheles, and that's where it's coming forth from, but it's not coming from the gacheles itself, it's not coming from the helam itself, it's giluyim from the gacheles. The spark, that's part of the flame of the coal itself. This is also the explanation. This is ultimately the reason why Eris come to Kalim. Because the Sheish HaKelim, which is higher than Eir, so Eir sees there's an advantage in Kalim, which even Kalim might not know about it. And they need Eir to reveal it and see, you know where you're coming from. Why is there hiding? Because the Eibush is beyond being revealed. Nothing could reveal him ultimately. And that's being revealed, so to speak, through Kalim, through Helam. Helam shows me, when I don't see the Eibush there, that's when I get to see that the Eibush is beyond being seen. And that's the real Sheish of Kalim. That's the Yichol Tishalei, the Eibish's ability higher than expressing himself, that's being expressed by hiding. And that's what Eir sees in Kelim, and that's why they want to come down. That's the same reason why we go to explain things to others. Because there's a gain. The Rashab would come to explain it. Why? Because he would gain through that. Even though for him he would have to make the tzimtzum, but he's gaining. It is a gain even for him. Because the fact of Kelim, it says that Alter Rebbe, when he came back from the Maggid, he was looking for a makabel. He was looking for someone to accept from him. Because like this, he would get the ultimate idea of what he knows will become by him much more engraved and much deeper on a higher level. That's the Mailas HaKelim on there. So this is telling us the Sheish HaKelim on Mail Meir. Now he says, Valkein Be'emes. Really now we'll bring down Tavedes Hashem. Bitl HaKelim, Agil HaMailim, Bitl HaEres. The Bitl of Kelim will reach higher than Eir. Eir is Dveikes. Steht in Daven and he feels the Eibishter is connected to the Eibishter. But at the end of the day, it's Giluyim. So he's not really connecting to the source. That's the difference about Tshuva and the Tzaddik. The Tzaddik, his whole life he's connected with the Eibishter, he's having pleasure in the Eibishter, but he connects to the revelation of the Eibishter. The essence of the Eibishter he never sees. The Baal Tshuva, which he saw Elamaz, he saw Yeshus, he sees other than the Eibishter. He sees a part in the world which doesn't reveal the Eibishter. Tzaddik, everything is the Eibishter. A table, it's a Gilul Kos, the Eibishter is expressing himself here. He's revealing. Everything is a proof for the godliness. But the Baal Tshuva, which means someone that doesn't see the Eibishter and everything, so when he returns to the Eibishter, who is he returning to? To the source of the Eibishter which made Helen. To the source of not seeing the Eibishter, which that's the Eibishter which is beyond being revealed. That's the essence of Hashem. So therefore, when the Kelim arm is battle, it reaches higher than the Bitla of Eir. Because Eir is only going to Cherish, which is Mokar Lahoyer, which is a Moyer, a source for light. But to reach the essence of the Eibishter, that's only, I'll give you a martial example, you have two students. Better yet, in the student itself, there's two parts, and the teacher has two parts. The teacher has what he's not giving over, what he can't in himself, he can't even explain it. Although we're speaking a real Rebbe, Rav Talmud, the Rebbe of Chassidus. This is what he has which is beyond being revealed. Then he has the part that he could reveal. Now, the student, when he'll come to the teacher, he wants to be Mekabel, which part of him is involved in the teachings of the Rav, of the Rebbe? The higher part of him, the part of him that's accepting. You have the Talmud also has two parts, the way he's at home, in other words, in himself, and then there's the higher part that he could receive from the Rebbe, so he could. It's his higher part, his Elyon Shabbat Tachton called. That's connecting to the Tachton Shabbat, the part of the Rav which is revealing. That's what that's what he's cleaving to. That's what he's looking for to get that part to understand it. But what's doing with the etzem of the Talmud? Who does he connect to? Or you can have a Talmud which Kol Kuli is not shaykh to Havon, he's not shaykh to understand. Where does he connect? How does he connect? To the Havonis of the Rav, the explanations, he doesn't have Kelim to take it. The same thing with this Talmud himself, the Tachten of the Talmud, which is not shaykh to Seichel. How does he connect to the Rav? Which part connects him? He connects to the Etzem of the Rav. In the Nimshal, it's a lot stronger than the Moshel. In the Moshel, so to speak, the Rav Talmud, Kaposh, the Rebbe is different. We're seeing in the regular Rav Talmud, the Talmud is a life for himself, and the Rav is a life for himself. But in the ultimate Rav Talmud, in the Nimshal, the whole Talmud is a makeup from the Rav. How does the Talmud possibly have such a part of him which doesn't relate to Lukus? Where is it coming from? Everything is coming from the Rav. But which part of the Rav? From the essence of the Rav, from the essence of the Eibishter, Metziusi, Matzmusi, which is beyond any revelation. Therefore comes out such a being which doesn't say anything, which doesn't search for higher. Ultimately, the Tachten of the Talmud is really connected with the essence of the Rav, which is higher than being revealed. So even though it's lower, but ultimately B'Shorshe it's higher. And therefore also when he's going to connect to the Eibishter, which part of the Eibishter is he going to connect? Not to the part of the Eibishter which has an inyan and revelation, there is a Mailin Bittel. He puts himself, he knows Lagabe the Eibishter is insignificant, because when he relates to the Eibishter, which part of the Eibishter is he connecting to the part of the Eibishter is beyond definition, beyond revelation, beyond a certain aspect that has to be brought out, it's just himself. And Lagabe, that level, he's insignificant at all. He's not even going to reveal the Eibishter. He's only going to reveal there's nothing but the Eibishter. That's who he reconnects to. That's the source of his existence. That's his havusay. That's where he's coming from. And when he's going to be mizbata, when he's going to connect to his source, who's his source? The essence of the Eibishter. That's why you say the mile of the Baal Tshuva, moksha Baal Tshuva, because they reach their source. The source of the Baal Tshuva is the source of his existence. What does he live with? With Yeshus. Now he's looking to his source. What am I living at? I'm living in a mistake. He realized that there's a source. So who's the source? The source is the Eibishter himself. But the problem he has is he doesn't living in a revealed manner. So now comes the tzaddik, he knows the mile of the Baal Tshuva. That's why he wants to make the Baal Tshuva. That's why the Rabbi in the story of the Rebbe that he made Baal Tshuva. His whole mile he found in the fact that he made a Baal Tshuva. Why? Because then he gained also to connect with this level. And then eventually he revealed to the Baal Tshuva. Also the Baal Tshuva himself should be able to realize what is it that he's experiencing. That's the thing. The bitla kelim reaches higher than air. Because air, in the end of the air, is enjoying what he's doing. Kelim had to put himself aside. That's the ultimate bitl. It could be the air is penetrated through and through with bitl, but the type of bitl is not real bitl, because the end of the day he's enjoying it. This is his mitzias. Kelim, on the other hand, Helam, when he's misbattle, he loses himself. That's higher. That's the you're going to mention later the idea of iskafi over ishapche. Ishapche means this is now my enjoyment. I enjoy losing myself for the Eibishter because I know this is the only reality. Iskafi means I don't realize it yet. It didn't become part of me. I know it, but I'm not living it yet. I'm going to put myself aside for this reality. That's true bittul. That's connecting to the essence of the Eibishter, where there's no place for anything. There's no inyan in anything. Nothing is going to reveal him. That's what he says here. Shazoin akdomas naisel nishma. Nishma means to understand it. He's understanding his connection to Rebbe. Nasa means that he puts himself aside. It's not that he's looking for advantage. He doesn't see the mile in anything. Nishma means he's a maskell. He understands everything. He sees what he's doing. Nasa means I'm not looking to understand. What's the Rebbe want? I'll do. That's Kalim. Because Kalim are not shy of the Giluim. They're Helam. And when they cleave, when they connect, who are they connecting? The essence of the Rebbe, which is beyond reason. This is the same adventure of Skaf over Ishapche. This becomes him. Now his geschmack is to daven, to learn, to put himself aside. That became his geschmack because he realized that his whole existence is an expression of the Eibishter. Iskaf means he didn't get there yet. He just knows this is the reality and he puts himself aside. That's a greater bittul. Which the ikir ina iskaf yu ba kelim dafke. It's only in kelim because kelim does not realize it's mokeh. This reaches much higher than his hapch. Like the shirish of helem is in the helem of the Eibishter, the etzem of the Eibishter. Which causes babir to come mitchem trum himself as tereir. Yeshleimar, this is going back to the beginning of the Maimer. It says, Vayich and Yisrael neged ahor, kulam ki ish echod. They were all as one. All the Yidden were next to the mountain as one. What's the advantage? Who are we talking about? So if you're saying they became as one, means that they could have been a separate. And now the separate, the individuals became united. So the the whole idea of separatism, everything seen itself for what it is, that's an attribute which belongs to Kalim, of Helam. That if they were inclined with their nefesh, then they wouldn't have Bechlalein of Ischalkis. Okay, maybe why there's no Ischalkos? Because everything, what's air? The Moed is being revealed. In this, there's no difference one and another. The essence of the Shomes, all are one. The fact that there's differences, everyone is different. The way his expression, the tzir that he has, and that we're different. It doesn't say that they revealed the part of them that's Ishechad. The kulom, the differences that they had, that became one. That's the idea of bittul hakelim. Okay, maybe Sasaf Rosh Yom Yachat Chulu, it says in the Gerah Koya, Rosh Hashanah speaks about Rosh Hashanah, that all Yidden come together. Shem B'chines Achtas V'Skalos M'sad bittul hakelim, that they put aside their differences, that the differences itself become bottle. So gam kin kabol so mach shman Rosh Hashanah sho in bitla kelim davke vay de zo ay sagtes. Only then can we all have the ultimate sagtes. Because if we're going to be in Sa'achad Mitzad HaNefesh and not Mitzad HaKelim, then that there's a place in us that's not becoming connected with each other. That are not really bottled. Ultimate bittul is that the kelim is becoming, that our differences in their guf will become one. Like the Rebbe speaks about in the Mayim Vata Tetzaveh, that Avos Yisrael, to Pashas, the Rebbe speaks about in Tanya, how do you have Avos Yisrael? When you realize that the Iker is the Nefesh, and that we're all one, we have Avos Yisrael. But the ultimate Avos Yisrael means, even in our differences, we realize that we're one. That even Kalim, that means we realize that everything really is essentially, even differences. Where's the source of differences? From the essence of Hashem. And that's where everything comes from. Maybe even there we're one. So how could we be one even in our difference? Because we realize the source of difference, which that's even higher than the source of the unity that we have within us. That's the essence of the Eibishter, which that's a source for being for concealment, for not seeing the Eibishter. And when we connect on that level, it's a much greater uniting. That's why it reaches even differences. Because it's not scared, so to speak. It doesn't have to be in its color, even in an opposite way of existence, in a way that that's a contrast, that's the opposite of being united. Even there we're united, because it's the ultimate united, which doesn't have to be in a form which suits it. That's the name of bittul. Okay, that's ultimate bittul. Can make him matnteide. Hoy ben bittul akelim achnaise ki shechad. Dezeh hoya achon Rabbi lo matnteide. This was the ultimate preparation for matnteide. Why? Bichdei yom shuknas atzvus in Sof Baruch Hu, in order that the Eibush himself should be revealed matnteide, like we learned in the last Maimer, Eiter Kasalma, that the whole idea of Teide is the Eibush himself being revealed, not like the world is. The Eibush is giving out a ray which creates the world, the limit of the world. But Teid, on the other hand, is that the Eibush himself gave himself over in Teid. And on Afshik Sovs Yehovah, the Eibush himself put himself in any part of Teid. Shazau in Teid, Shoam Shoch, as Gilu Yatzbus in Sof Baruch Hu. The Eibush himself gives himself over to Matan Teid, or Yebegilu Mamesh, which by the time when Matan Teid was ultimately revealed, I'm Shoch Azoy, they Bitla Kelim Davke. How could we gain this idea? Only by Bitla Kelim. Because the Sheish Kelim is from that. This is how they reach it, by the bittul that they had. And they needed this should happen by Matan Teide in order that it should be the Amshach of Teide from Atzmos. Fine. Ready for Matan Teide? It says before Matan Teide everyone went to sleep. Stop here, we'll learn the kitzah. Okay, learn the kitzah. Aval Eres is avusim akav v'chinas kiruv. The Eres come from kiruv. Akav negev v'dovog bein sof. It's connected to Ein Sof. V'yesh yisr ma'ila bekelim. That there's an advantage in kelim. Deis reshimu le'noga by matzimtzum. Deis reshimu, the tzimtzum didn't affect it. Therefore, there's an advantage because it's him himself. It was affected by the tzimtzum. It's not the way it wasn't lifting that tzimtzum. Since that the helam and the asis and kelim are him himself, therefore bittul akelim agilim ma'ile aser, it's really him himself. So the difference, someone's giving the difference, some Marshall giving for this is like the difference between emunah and hasogi. Emunah, believing without explanation. Then you have explanation. Explanation means it sits well with you. It's revealed by you. But at the end of the day, how much you understand, it's limited. It's revealed on one hand, but it's only how much I could take and how much I understand it. And Mun on the other hand is, I'm believing the thing the way it is, even though it's not revealed by me. I can explain it, but the thing itself comes to me. That's the idea. B'shas hatzimtzum, even though the air went away, but the keach hamunah, the belief in Hashem is dir b'chol hatekif. Even though it's not the goal, you can't explain it, you don't have ways to handle it, but it's dir b'chol hatekif. That's the pshat. That's the lotion from the Vort Rabbi Paracha. He says, what's the lesson we learn from the tzimtzum and the kav and the rishim? What do we learn from it? So he says, tzimtzum teaches us that the eilim is l'gabe the eibush is ein arich. If there would even be a slight air from lifting that tzimtzum, we wouldn't be able to exist. It's shalei berach l'gamri. That's one lesson we know. The world's l'gabe the eibush is insignificant. Rishimu teaches us that even when there is helam or air, the eibush is here b'chol mokim u'mokim. And which way is he? The way he is. Like we were saying over here, it's part of him. Even though it's not revealed, but he is here, Atzmus is here in every place. The Kav tells us that the Kavon is that the Eibush should be revealed here. They shouldn't stay in a state of Helam. That the Eibush should be revealed, that says him should Gilei, that should be the Kavon is, that even Elam is. Even Metzi is there too, should be Mizgala. Fine. Fine.